What does that feel like for you? You obviously had AJ as a mentor, and now you're passing it on. What's it feel like for you?
To me, it feels great, because I know the ins and outs of the offense. It's my third year in it, and like I can help Chase and T, feel comfortable lining up in places where they might not know what they're doing, and I know each positions, because it's based off of the play in certain positions. That's why I say you can have any person at any particular position on the field at any time. So for me, for those guys to have me and helping them, it allows them to stay comfortable and just play ball.
Idea of how much you guys, the three of you, are going to be on the field at the same time and how exciting that's going to be.
Yeah, honestly, I think we'll probably be on the field the most. I think we'll be in a lot of 11 personnel, but we do everything, but I think with us three all out there on the field is going to put so much stress on the defense because they don't know what's coming at them. They can't double us. They can't game plan one guy. They can't double two players because we still got a third player, so it's going to be kind of dangerous for defenses to cover us.
A lot of talk among secondary players about you guys all got to be on the same page and coordinated in terms of being a wide receiver. The three of you, how much talk is there about all being on the same page, all running the right route, and all that?
Right. Back to what I was saying right before that. I think I feel like those guys they're gonna be steady, because they got me, Joe, and like other guys that can help them get in the position to win. And at that point, once they know what they're doing, I got confidence. I know Joe Burrow got confidence of knowing that we are capable of winning and man coverage at any given time and at any given moment. So as long as we know where to line up and we know what route we got, I mean, it's written in stone from there.
I know it's early in camp. You guys working against new members in the second. It seems to be a pretty good battle with
Yeah.
UCLA.
As soon as we get these pads on, that's when I'll be able to really analyze what we got on that back end, But I love those guys because I know all three of those guys are going to compete and they're going to go hard because those are dog players. Not to say the guys that departed here wasn't that tight, but I know that these guys are going to give it 100% and they're going to go tackle, they're going to cover, they're going to do whatever they need to do to help us win. He looks way more confident. Coming in his rookie year was a little shaky. He's a little oversized. He pulled his hamstring at OTAs, but he got past all that. He finished strong last year, and now it's like he's so confident that he believes in himself to the point where he feels like he's back in college. I think Chase is going through a little bit of that, just trying to figure out the terminology of the offense. But once he fulfill his role and understand all the concepts and what he had to do to get open, then the sky gonna be the limit. That's when you could go out there and play fast and be yourself. Definitely, because I've been on him, in the weight room, on the field, everywhere. He's a big guy. He's 6'4". He's a big guy like AJ, and we need him to run through tackles. We need him to, muscle guys, get them out the way. That's why we got advantage, because we got all shapes and sizes of receivers. So we all got to utilize our abilities to win.
Just 3 hours on the start of camp, did you find yourself looking at Joe Burrow even more than you normally would since he was coming back from the injury? And was there a point where you said, he's fine?
Before we even started, I've been always staying in contact with him and checking up on him. And Joe, he's a strong kid, man. He'll do whatever it takes to get his body back right to get on the field to help lead us and win. I know how much football means to him. He's just not out here doing what he's supposed to do. He's not doing it for the money. He's not doing it for himself. He's doing it for everybody, because he's a caring guy and, he's a great leader.
Zach is fielded a lot of questions about whether Joe would play in the preseason or not. How do you feel about that? How much do you want to play? How much do you feel like you need to play in the preseason?
I kind of do feel like we, as a unit, have to take a few series to try to keep the chemistry alive and to figure out where we are as an offense. We got a couple new faces, so we got to diagnose and figure out how we can utilize our abilities to run through defenses and coverages with a whole starting offense. But I don't feel like we should be out there the entire time or like for a whole 3 quarters, 2 quarters, maybe a quarter or so, 3 series or so. But we got to all be on the field at some point together. If it's every game or the first game, the second game, each point we got to be out there with each other.
How different a receiver are you
It's kind of less stress mentally, because like I said at the beginning, I know my job, I know my assignment, so it's like written in stone. I don't really got to study too much, I just got to make sure I'm on top of the little details. The little details is going to separate the guys who watch tape and know how to run routes through the defense than guys that just go out there and try to win on their ability and athleticism. So I think that's where I'm overachieving at. Every year, I try to work on everything, because I feel like in every area I could get better at route running, blocking, just everything, So my main thing is just those little details. The little things matter. And routes, when I know it's man coverage, I'll try to run a pick route knowing it's not really in my route to try to get another guy open, and then like things like that, So I'm just trying to develop more smartness in my game and allow other guys to have success.
Winning battles
Um, in my opinion, I think that's one of my best areas is the bump, the press game. I don't think a lot of guys press me because I'm good at getting off the press. I'm real quick at the line of scrimmage and the first couple steps. So I think guys respect that in me, and I'm just keep doing what I'm doing. Absolutely. Just like back to T. He got to get stronger. He's strong already, but like even more stronger. Because you're bigger, more physical than every corner we want to play. So at that point, I learned off a lot of AJ. When he come up the line, he pushing you, he getting you out the way. So when you start using your physicality, it tend to make guys worry and not want to put their hands on you, because when they try to keep jamming you and you getting rid of them, they going the whole opposite way than you off to your route, and they're already lost, they're losing. So that's something I worked on through my career, because I came in kind of not as strong as I am now. So you just got to work at it, get stronger, and just learn how to release and different things like that. Absolutely. It's just all about making sure they stay comfortable. If they drop a ball and they put their head down, things like that. Like my job is to motivate those guys and tell them how good they are and how much we need them. And it's all about the next play. You're gonna get another opportunity. You just got to make the best of it. I just don't want to put too much. Don't want to put too much pressure on guys to the point where they feel like if they're not making plays, then why are you here, or we're not going to win. So I think that's the most important job for me, to talk to those younger guys to make sure their head or mental is stable. Just watching him, he's definitely a freakish athlete. He does things so smoothly. It's kind of similar to myself. But he's a little wider, a little bigger. A little quicker. Just once he get more comfortable, I think his game is going to be so elite, just like how he left college. But at this moment, this time right now, he just got to work on figuring out the plays, just figuring out knowing what you got to do. It's not really about go out there and make a play, go out there and kill somebody, make them look bad. It's all about making sure you know your job first. Then once everything comes to you, then you use your ability, and it'll be easy from there. Absolutely, because personally, I believe us three will achieve 1,000 yards. And I think it's going to put so much stress on defenses to the point where they're not going to know what to do. I feel like even if they blitz us heavy, it's going to be a guy open every single time. Because like I said, Chase, he's a route technician. But once he get into his zone, knowing what to do, that's when he can bring out all his tools and craft to get open like he's been doing. So it's the sky's the limit. I say this every year. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I think this is going to be a year where the whole nation talks about this offense. Right, right. For me, it's tough. Like you said, I've been always winning. And it sucks to lose, especially consecutively. So for me, and then us not getting any spotlight to certain players, I kind of don't let that get to me, because I know what type of player I am, and I know the team respect me. I know the team believe in me. So at that point, man, every year we win or not, I play with a chip on my shoulder because I always felt like that, even growing up, that I had to prove everybody wrong, prove to myself that I was capable of doing what I do best.
Not just that one, the accomplishments that you came in with are now basically gone.
Yeah.
Does this feel like a completely new team?
It feels first coming into the locker room, it kind of felt so awkward because when you're coming in, it's like the guys who you usually hear the most and see and kind of like that's the star, that's the guy that we look up to. It's like none of them is here, like Gio, AJ, like Gino. It's a completely different team because that's funny. Me and Mixon were just talking about how it's so different. It's not like we're the leaders. We have guys look at us like y'all get us right, y'all lead us. So it feels good in a sense because me and Joe, we understand the role and we've been in that role before. So now to see it, it's kind of funny, but we still got a ball at the end of the day.
How disappointed were you not to get straight 1,000 yards? Are you a numbers guy? And how do you get numbers when you get three, arguably, the league play
Right. Personally, I love to get the numbers. But at the end of the day, man, we haven't been winning. So I'm all about winning first because the more you win, the more success the team gets, and the more individuals establish their statistics. So once all of that happens, it gets easier and easier because when you're not winning, you put more pressure on yourself to go out there and I'm gonna go out there and get 1,000 yards. I'm gonna go out there and score this game. I'm gonna go out there and do this and that. When you win it, you kind of don't worry about that. It just naturally comes.
What did it mean to you on third down and fourth down when a rookie quarterback had to make a play? He was looking to 83. You guys had that kind of a chemistry right away. What did that mean to you?
To me, it felt so good for him because it just took for him to believe in me because I've been here longer and I've been that guy on third and fourth downs and I always deliver every single time. And for him to go back and watch the tape and see that, it meant that he knows what type of caliber player I am. So it meant so much to me because I know he counts on me and he trusts me.